Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review. This is another paid request from Edward, who he's paying me requests to review each of these South Park episodes. And I appreciate that. I've said pretty much any type of video for anyone out there, feel free to send a request either via PayPal or join my Patreon. It'll be a review, a re-review, topic, reaction, randomness, what have you. And he was sent in two more requests for two more South Park episodes. This one and episode 6. Again, PayPal, Patreon, both links are down below in the info box. If you like South Park, you're probably not going to like me because I said this before, I say it again. I don't mind the movie South Park, but this show is not my cup of tea. The sense of humor is not my cup of tea. I like Beavis and Butthead. I like Robot Chicken. I like the Simpsons, mainly the early ones. I can watch Futurama. I can watch King of the Hill to a lesser extent with those two. But this South Park is just not for me. I don't care for Trey Parker, Matt Stone's sense of humor. I think at times they just do it to be mean for mean's sake. Or just to be shocking for shocking sake. Sate my anger, sate my appetite, sate it, eat it, eat my dick. Eat my fucking dick, show. I know you disagree, that's fine. For anyone out there, if you love the show. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I love the show when I don't. And why are you reviewing it? Because it's a paid request, and I said it could be pretty much anything. That's what I said. If I didn't want that, then I wouldn't say it. This is called An Elephant Makes Love to a Pig, so the episode tells you what it's about. I'm not a fan of these characters. I'm not a fan of these kids. Cartman, some of the way he says the dialogue is kind of fun. Chef, because I like Isaac Hayes, but it just... Stan's sister beats him up. No one believes him. Also in class, they're trying to do a project about genetics. So they decide to have an elephant. They just happen to have an elephant. And they're going to breed it with a pig. And they do, but then you realize that Mr. Garrison, the teacher, bred the pig. So the baby pig looks like Mr. Garrison. So bestiality. Because, that's funny. He fucked the pig. There are fart jokes. There's a monkey with 4 asses. And there's a mongoose with 4 asses. Because they go to Dr. Mephisto, which is pretty much Marlon Brando from the island of Dr. Moreau. And if you like the show, that's cool. Again, I like Beavis and Butthead. I like Robot Chicken. Because I just think Beavis and Butthead is funnier. I think Robot Chicken is wittier. The Simpsons, I think, is better characters. At least the early seasons. The way they were done in the early seasons. This... Yeah, the animation is cheap, but that's what it is. Or whatever. But I just... Okay, Cartman, the running joke is he talks big, but then when someone calls him out on it, he shuts up. So it's like, you get your bitch ass back to the kitchen and bake me some pie. Be a man, Stan. Hey, women, you shut your mouth and make babies. But then when the female bus driver calls him out, he's like, yes, ma'am. So Cartman's the character talks big, but, again, that's the running joke. And with the jokes, I mean, like the Mr. Garrison, the teacher going, well, genetics is to correct God's horrible mistakes, like German people. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, I'm not a guy who's a PC guy, but I'm like, what the fuck? That's literally the line. Is to correct genes of elephant. I mean, it's done to correct God's horrible mistakes, like German people. AKA German people are horrible mistakes of God. I just sit there and go, this is for a guy that likes Andrew Dice fucking Clay stand-up. But even then, you get that he's playing an act and he's being over the top, and I love Adventures of Ford Fairlane, but that's funnier than this. Way fucking funnier than this. This is just... Was that meant as a joke? Obviously it was meant as a joke. What am I talking about? But it's just like... Come on, what the fuck? I just go... I'll kick you in the nuts. Go back with the rest of the Jews in San Francisco. There ain't no Jews in San Francisco. It just... Two guys that's just saying stuff to be, look how edgy we are. Aren't we edgy? We said German people are horrible mistakes. We said Jews are in San Francisco. We had a guy fuck a pig. And we had people rape Indiana Jones. That's a later episode. It's like, aren't we edgy? Yeah, but I don't think you're funny. I don't think you're witty. I don't think you're clever. And I don't think you're worth a shit. And now, I gave it leniency. Now I'm like, I don't give a fuck. If people are pissed at me, people are pissed at me. I gave the show enough leniency, but it's building up like a fucking volcano. I'm like, fuck this show. Fuck this show. Fuck the next one, which I'll talk about. And if every goddamn episode is a rant, then it's going to be a rant. Because I don't like this show, and fuck this writing, and fuck Trey Parker, and fuck Matt Stone, fuck Team America, World Police. Basketball is okay. Fuck Orgasmo, fuck them. I like the South Park movie, I don't know why. Maybe because I thought the songs were catchy, maybe because they utilized the bigger budget bit fairly well for what it needed to be. It's just something about that was more entertaining than this. So they visit the Marlon Brando Island of Dr. Moreau wannabe, and the running joke is, here's a monkey with 4 asses. Here's a mongoose with 4 asses. Why do you keep making animals with 4 asses? And then the kids want the elephant and the pig to fuck. And Chef Isaac Hayes gets Elton John to sing with him. Meanwhile, the Dr. Moreau wannabe creates a clone of Stan, but it's a clone of Stan with a big head and the boo. But he still gets beaten up by the sister. Kenny gets killed in the microwave, which is a tired running joke as well. Oh, they killed Kenny, they killed Kenny. Fine, kill. I don't give a fuck how many times you kill Kenny. It's already old. Then for some reason, Stan, well, I know why. Stan gets blamed for what the clone did, even though the clone has a big head that looks nothing like Stan, but the sister takes the fall for no fucking reason, and then 10 seconds later puts a lawnmower to Stan's face. But he's fine. And then the pig gives birth, and it looks like Mr. Garrison, the teacher, so you get the idea that this Mr. Garrison fucked the pig, and he's a bestiality bitch. And then they do a reference to Babe, where Cartman goes, that'll do, pig, that'll do. I'm like, yeah, that'll do you. I don't like Trey Parker and Matt Stone. They seem like people I would never want to fucking hang around with. I don't care for their sense of humor. I don't care for their jokes. I think Mike Judge does that kind of stuff better. I think Mike Judge is a funnier guy. I think Mike Judge is a more witty guy. Even based on stuff like Office Space, Idiocracy. Mike Judge... And Idiocracy had a fucking movie where people watched it called... was it called Fart? But I get it in terms of the story where that's the point. It's the dumbing down society. You say, well, that's the point of this. But at the same time, I just don't care in this aspect because a lot of times it just seems like, how do we shock people? How do we offend people? Edgy for lazy sake, in my opinion. And then I don't care. Why should I care about Stan? Why should I care about Kyle? Why should I care about Kenny? And not, don't give a fuck. He gets killed in every episode. Cartman, the only reason I give him credence is I like the how the voice is done. And he had taglines, not in this episode, but he would have taglines like "Respect my authority." You get a chuckle or two. Isaac Hayes, rest in peace. This stuff isn't for me. Obviously. And there are other shows and movies that have done that. Don't get me wrong. There are. But I don't know, either the way they acted, or the way the characters were, or the way how there's other aspects I can enjoy that they let that part go. There's other stuff about those I liked. Here, it's not like I can marvel the animation. That's not the point. It's not like I marvel the storylines. That's not the point. Do I like the characters? Not really. So all I'm hearing is dialogue like, Fred God's horrible mistakes. Like German people? Or like German... I'm like, what the fuck? Again, that's just my opinion on it. You don't have to agree. So, with that said, thanks for watching. That'll do, pig. Yeah, that'll do. Later.